Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you and all of these people about the greenhouse effect, sort of what it is, the history, the cause and effect, and what you can do to help out this problem that we're having right now. So first off, the greenhouse effect is the natural warming from that happens when the atmosphere traps heat into the earth that's trying to escape out into space. And earth actually has a natural greenhouse effect that we actually need to survive. So it's important that we keep the greenhouse effect. It's not something we want to completely eliminate or something we want to completely destroy. We definitely want to keep it. It's definitely something that we need. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what it is and the history. So it was actually, this was one of the most interesting things I found um, off of ecowatch.com. It was a stat, and it said that the human race only has about 10 years left before we pass the point of no return, which would be crazy to think that we're that close. By the time before I turned 40, we're going to hit a point of no return where we can't save our planet anymore. That to me is just baffling, and I'm not too sure what to do with that data. And once I heard that, it kind of pushed me to figure out, you know, how did we get here, and what can we do about it? So in 1897, actually a scientist named um, Cervantes Orhesius, sorry, I totally botched that. He he actually discovered the link between the greenhouse effect, well, fossil fuels burning, and greenhouse gases. So we've actually known about this for more than 100 years, which is crazy to me that we have known about this and had that much of a heads up, and still, messed up. And it actually wasn't confirmed until 1987, but still the facts were there and the knowledge was there. Um, and he had discovered actually the first link between fossil fuels burning and the effects it has on our planet. So that's kind of the history of the greenhouse effect. The cause and effect, the causation is definitely humans. It's definitely us, nothing else. Due a lot to the large growth we've had recently in the human population. That's been a big part of this. Also, what humans' needs are nowadays are totally different than they were in the 1940s. They require a lot more things. They require a lot more people, a lot more moving parts, and so this all contributes to the greenhouse effect, along with the obvious cars and buildings and the improper displacement of waste, basically. So the effect of this is from 1990 to 2015, according to EcoWatch.com, the greenhouse gas emissions have gone up over 37%, which is pretty crazy to say the least. I think that's definitely absurd, and if we continue down that path, I don't know where we'll end up, or where all our children will end up, or where our grandchildren will end up. I think it's a pretty scary thing to think about. Um, so now that we've kind of talked about that, the history and the cause and effect, I wanted to touch on sort of what you can do and kind of show you with a visual aid what you can do to improve this yourself. And so first one I would do is a sort of an obvious is take public transportation. I know a lot of us hate public transportation and kind of think it's on a lower level, but honestly, it does so much for the planet that if we all just would suck that bullet up and not put such a bad connotation on it, I think we would actually that'd be a major, easy way we could improve, and we would save time ourselves, I think. Another one would be buying green vehicles. So kind of touching on that same point, there's new makers like Tesla, and there's a lot of hybrid cars emerging in the market, and these not only get better, way better gas mileage, like 30-40 miles more than what your car gets now, but they also don't harm the planet in any way, which is a big bonus and something that we're eventually all going to have to move to. There's not going to be any more diesel trucks, or gas is going to be a thing of the past. I'm thinking in the next 100 years. Obviously, that's going to be a hard thing to turn around. So installing green solutions in your home. This is what I wanted to show you. I believe the use of green systems in your home would, if we all installed things such as solar panels onto our home. Here, take a look at that. There you go. Okay. And the use of smart home systems in everyone's house. The use of bulbs and stuff such as that, the smarter bulbs, LEDs, all these kind of things help cut down on the use of fossil fuels. And so it's important that we all start to make that change, I think. The last thing is that, and I think the most important thing after doing this paper, is to be aware. I think being aware is one of the most important things about this, and just being educated on what you can do and what you're doing now that is currently harming the environment is important. And I don't think we want to take a look at that, but I think we all need to take a look at that. And yeah, so that basically wraps up my speech. Want to touch on fossil fuel, or greenhouse gases are just the gases that are trying to escape from the planet to outer space, and atmosphere is trapping them in. When there's a high amount of that, the overall temperature rises, and we're experiencing a bad time right now, and we all need to do something more. And so I hope that you can take some of these things that I've said and hopefully apply them, or hopefully it taught you something. And just always keep that one quote in the back of your head, that we only have 10 years to fix this issue, or else we're SOL. And so yeah, guys, thank you for listening. Appreciate it.